What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are in the new year, so I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. Hope everyone had a safe holidays and a good time with their friends and family, but most of all, stayed safe. Yeah, we're in the new year. VeVe has officially entered 2022, and people are, kind of speculating that this is the year VeVe takes off even more so than it did in 2021. We're about 3 million downloads, 1.5 million active users. David Yu, the CEO, said they expected 60,000 users by the end of 2021. So that goes to say we're in pretty good hands right now. Things are going very well for VeVe and the community. But with this, obviously, we're talking about the amount of monthly users, 1.5 million. There's a lot of new people on the app right now in the marketplace buying collectibles. And I think there's a really important conversation to be had around investing in collectibles and the dangers of it and just things people need to be weary of when investing. I'm in a Discord with some pretty heavy hitters in VeVe, maybe some whales, you could say. And I'm in that Discord because I actually own one of the apes, and that gives me access to the Discord when the apes and the decon drop. So I'm very grateful for that. And there's knowledge getting spit all over the place in that Discord. And one of the things one of the guys said was that I'm going to share with you guys was, if Pokemon drops tomorrow, which one of your investments are safe? And that stuck with me because I was like, very true. When we look at the things now on the app, there's a certain demand that reaches the supply. But eventually, there's going to be so much things on the app, the demand doesn't reach the supply. The supply is going to be huge. And right now, you're actually starting to see that. I mean, the demand can't be everywhere on the app. People only have so much money, only so much eyes on the things they really want. And an example of that happening would be the Harley Quinn Joker that's on the app right now. It used to be $300 back in the day. It's like it hovers around $100 right now. So was that a good investment back then? Yes, because there was demand with lower supply. Now, since we've got a handful of brands since then, things have kind of changed, and that's going to continue to change. Think about it. The day Pokemon drops, there is a bloodbath in the market. And depending on what you're holding, things are going to take more of a hit, to have a harder time trying to recover. And there's going to be other things that take a slight dip and have an easier time trying to recover. And if you're an investor in VeVe, not a collector, because a collector collects the pieces and doesn't care if it goes down to zero tomorrow. An investor is trying to make money as fast as possible, as safely as possible. So how do we do that as safely as possible? Well, you have to look at the brands, and you have to distinguish and ask yourself, if Pokemon drops tomorrow, is this going to take a harder time to recover? I went through each one of my collectibles and I asked myself that question. And the things I answered yes to, this is a risky investment if Pokemon drops. I got out of it, I sold it, and I invested into more of the things that I thought were safe. Some things I personally think are safe is Marvel's #1, Fantastic Four #1, ASM #1, Superman, Wonder Woman, things of that nature, AAA characters that everybody knows and everybody loves. Now, the things that are going to take more of a hit are those popular brands, but those popular brands that kind of remain in the shadows more so than not. So an example like 007. 007 is a huge movie franchise, But in terms of just modern day views and what people are looking at, it's not as far as along as something like Superman, Disney, stuff of that nature. So when we get more Disney, there's going to be more eyes on Disney. When we get Pokemon, there's going to be more eyes on Pokemon. When we get anime, there's probably going to be more eyes on anime because the anime is huge. And that goes to say that, yeah, those are cool things to collect. They're good investments long term because I think everything in the long term is going to increase in VeVe. But what's going to increase the safest and what's going to increase the fastest? And that's the question new people entering VeVe need to be asking themselves and need to be weary of. We have only had a handful of brands that are going to enter VeVe. 3 to 5%, if that. The marketplace is going to be filled by the end of 22, end of 23, end of 24. What is safe in the market? And when there's 20 million things on the app, what are those few pieces that are safe? Because right now, things that are safe right now aren't going to be the same things that are safe at the end of 22. just because the demand is going to be on better and cooler things. And there's only so much demand for the supply that it will be given to us, which the supply will be huge. But if you're new and a beginner, before you put gems into the app, do your research, figure out the things that you think are safe, you think won't take a hit. There's a good link. You can type this in on Google. It's called Ecome Wiki. It shows the prices of things over the time. It's basically charts. It's basically charts for all of your collectibles, and you can analyze them. You can see how they've done in the past, how they're continuing to do, and that could, give you some information on whether this is a good buy or not. And I think everybody, before putting money into the app, you should go on ecomewiki.com and just browse around, do your research, because guys, you don't want to have an account that's, profiting now, but a year down the line, when there's a much other cooler things people rather have than what you're holding right now, your things start to lose value and you don't see as much as a gain on your account as you'd like, and maybe even see a negative gain. I think a negative gain would be possible. Maybe not now, just because we're so early, but maybe once the supply starts increasing a bit. I think there's more danger with investing in things a bit later on than right now, personally. Season 5, season 6 things will more so be less of a good investment just because they're later seasons. So this is the benefit of being early in VeVe. If you take advantage of this, you can maximize your profits right now by listening to me and doing your own research and figuring out the safest investments for you. Don't be that person just buying things because you like them and calling yourself an investor. You're either a collector or an investor. I would argue you could be a little bit of both, of course, but just understand which piece is serving you what and how long you want to hold it. And always, always, always have a plan. Always, always, always have a plan. For example, I know there's the Black Panther movie or whatever is coming out in November. So I'm buying a bunch of Storms, and I plan to exit Storm when the movie comes out and everything pumps. That's my plan with Storm. That's my plan for that collectible specifically. It's not a long-term investment for me. It's simply a play. It's not even a collectible. So understand your plan when collecting collectibles, buying collectibles, because you don't want to be stuck holding something and can't get out of it. That is the worst feeling. I have been there. Trust me, especially when you start buying the, more upper class collectibles. There's less buyers. You get stuck holding something. It's decreasing. You can't sell it. It's a terrible feeling. So please, 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 the 1.5 million active users, do your due diligence, figure out the best investment. Go on ecomewiki.com. Kind of combine this with what I'm telling you. When Pokemon drops, what is safe? Disney, Marvel, Ultraman. I think Ultraman is going to be safe just because of the popularity in Asia. But there are things that will continue to be great long-term investments. And there's more so other things that won't be as great. So matter of fact, let's leave it off there. Join the Discord down below. Join the Instagram. I'm holding raffles every other single day. It gives you the opportunity to get a cool collectible at a very low cost. I have a chance at getting it at a very low cost. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope everybody has a good start to the new year, and see you guys.